This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so we got Charlamagne spilling the tea on Iceman that drops this week. Now, how does he know? Is this another Anthony Fantano situation where they're dropping fake stuff where, like, oh, he said Drake's going to go directly at Khaled, ASAP Rocky, and all this other stuff? I don't know. You know, is Khaled going to get it directly? I mean, Khaled didn't do anything publicly. Everything that Khaled did to Drake was his silence after Drake gave him, what, 5-6 songs that kept a lot of Khaled albums alive. Let's keep it real. I saw somebody in the comments yesterday about the Rick Ross thing. Rick Ross didn't need Drake, right? Yes, he did, in a sense. You have to look at it that Rick Ross, and you guys wouldn't, okay, a lot of people listening to this won't understand, because I was actually in the music business. Ross, before he dropped BMF, was at a confusing place in his career, and I know that you guys can't fathom this, but Rick Ross didn't know what the next move was, okay? When you're coming off of a hit, like, he had a couple hit records around 2006, and then the hits that came after that were never really as big as the initial pop in his career, you know? So when he dropped BMF, that gave him that energy again, where, you know, he signed Meek Mill, you know, he was able to have clout, as you'd say, you know? So, like, but after that, what keeps you alive? How does Diddy stay alive? Diddy always wants to stand next to the light. You always hear Diddy, I gotta stand next to what's hot in the room, you know? So you stand next to what's hot. That's something that Rick Ross got from Diddy. Always stand next to what's going. That's how Khaled's day is going. You know, you stand next to what's going on right now. So Drake was the one, still is, obviously, but, like, he was making sure he had records with him. And this is after Drake dropped his album and it was certified. Khaled and Ross didn't believe in Drake. Drake had been in Miami. I had been told Khaled and Ross, yo, this guy Drake is dope. Like, Wayne had him, but it was kind of like, I'm talking about, this is 08, right? 08, 09, right? When the stuff was happening with Wayne behind the scenes, right? And Drake had this mixtape out with him with a peacoat, right? It's Before So Far Gone. And I heard it, and I used to talk to Drake on BlackBerry very little. I just reached out to him and I said, hey, I'd like to do a video with you. We didn't do a video, right? I met him one time back then, but then I was telling Cal, like, yo, you should try to, like, get Ace Hood to do something with Drake or something, you know, like, this guy's gonna be big, you know. You could just feel it. Like, he had the Wayne cosign and everything. They didn't believe in him. I couldn't believe it. But then I couldn't believe it when Khaled jumped on the bandwagon quick. Once it was solidified. And that's when you see stuff like that, you're just like, wow, this stuff is so fake. You know, it is what it is. So anyways, that's going to happen. Supposedly Future's on the album. A$AP Rocky's going to get it. Obviously, he's probably going to talk about this whole Rihanna thing that just happened where Rihanna and A$AP Rocky were beefing with each other on the bus. But that's just normal relationship stuff. Anyways, Rolling Loud happened over the weekend. Man, you know what's crazy about Rolling Loud? So you got people like, you know, Playboy Cardi, Don Toliver, Ken Carson, but then you have filler. Tons of filler. You know, that just artists that just suck, bro. They sound like everybody else. You might like Osama-san. I'm not really. It sounds like everything else to me. They sound like copies of Playboy Cardis and Uzi Birds. You know, it's like, who even knows who this is? It's just, it's ruining. There's so many good artists that don't get on the stage, you know? And that's what sucks. There's so much talent, but I don't know why these guys get on the get the spot, you know? I don't know. Well, guess who's back in jail? FOOGIANO. 3 weeks after being released. Already back in jail, and it says his release date is next year. What happened here? He already violated? So Gucci Mane's artist FOOGIANO's locked up. You got Pooh Shiesty locked up. Back to nothing. Yo, Gucci Mane should release everybody. I don't even know if he can come back from this now, because he shouldn't have released the song going at Pooh Shiesty. That was like the nail in the coffin. If he had just stayed quiet about the Pooh Shiesty situation and let it play out, and he didn't drop a record, it like basically throwing Pooh Shiesty under the bus, people could have had their own, you know, theories about everything. But he didn't even let that breathe. That was like the biggest misstep in Gucci's career, and that'll be the end. The end. Like, the end of Gucci's career as he knows it happened. Which is crazy, because like we always knew him as the aggressor. You know, he Pookie Loke and this and that. You know, he was the boogeyman. He didn't care. You know, and the same type of like aggressive attitude came at him tenfold with Pooh Shiesty. It's crazy. Wack 100 got into a fight in Oregon at a Blueface event. They didn't really catch the fist fight though. I don't know. So I can't really. And there's always somebody holding Wack 100 back. So don't. And then he's like, they were holding me back, man. I really wanted to. It's always any fight Wack 100 gets into, somebody's holding him back. He probably tells all his friends, hold me back like I can't get to him. So he doesn't really have to fight. Young Miami feels like she was left for dead by JT in the City Girls. No, you thought you were bigger than the City Girls when you were dating Diddy. Be honest when you get on these things. You're playing the victim now because Diddy's locked up. Young Miami can't get any views on her. She's scrambling right now. And this is what happens when you just leave somebody for... JT's winning, right? Young Miami's not. Her latest spend that. Okay, so I guess they're putting some money behind this. 300,000 streams. That's nothing. Because she's on a major label, just so you know. It's not like, I'm not saying it's not independent. Her last record, Tea Time, 500,000. When you're on UMG, you should be, the machine should be working for you. Where's the machine? It's not. It's a humbling thing. And what happened to her podcast? It's gone. It's gone. Diddy's gone. Diddy was like, it's always somebody propping her up. I don't know, man. And lastly, we got, I think this is, let me see right here. Brisco is making a comeback. He mentions Charleston White here. He says, people like to, talk about me getting robbed 16 years ago and pass it down like I'm some type of snitch or something. Remember that video of him getting robbed in a barbershop? That and showing him on the stand is kind of what hurt Brisco, and then he went away to jail. Brisco's very talented. I've worked with him a lot, right? He mentioned Charleston White in here because he says, now these guys are riding around with Charleston White. Now, Charleston White says the homie should get a real interview. Nobody can deny his truth. And he says, salute to you. In their defense, I've never been a criminal or street guy. I went juvenile at the age of 14 to 21. I came home with an adult brain. All right. Well, Brisco's been dropping some good music, so make sure you check him out. He was on this podcast. I don't know the name of the podcast. I shout them out, but I couldn't find the name of it in the comments. But Brisco was supposed to be one of the top artists coming out of Florida. I worked with him a lot. He was with Po' Boy, E-Class, Flow Rider, Ross, Then Ross broke off, did his own thing. But like, E-Class could never get Brisco the right looks. You know, it seemed like it was weird. It was like there was a block. And he had Flow Rider at his disposal. I don't know, man. And then it seems like him and E-Class and Flow Rider don't even mess with each other. I don't know how it works. I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully he can make some sort of comeback here, you know? Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Do you think that Charlamagne's telling the truth about what he knows in the album? He also said that the live stream that's going to happen this Thursday is pre-taped. Maybe it is. I don't know. But hey. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button for me. I'll check you on the next one. Peace.